With 5,000 years of history and 6 continents all under one roof, the Metropolitan Museum of Art is full of artworks to connect to your curriculum.
But the museum environment can present some challenges. Here are some tips to help guide your students in the museum.
Setting expectations is key. Establish clear rules before you visit the galleries.
As a group, we are going to spend about an hour together. We're going to look really closely at 3 or 4 works of art, and we're going to have a really in-depth conversation about them. With that, I think it's time for us to go visit our first work of art.
When possible, select large works of art with plenty of space around them for your group to gather.
Okay, gang, so have a seat here and make sure there's room on either side for people to get around you. Let's start with interesting details that you spotted on this sculpture.
Repeat or paraphrase students' comments as needed to ensure that everyone can hear.
Interesting. So she's using some other details to make an idea about what's happening here. She said she noticed the sword here beneath the man, and she says, I think it has to do with war.
Use a theme or essential question to help students focus their looking and thinking. For this tour, my essential question was, how do works of art created along the Silk Road reflect the exchange of ideas?
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to ask you to do some exploring. And I'd like you to take a look around this gallery on your own. And I'd like you to find a work of Chinese Buddhist art that you think is really interesting and that you think compares in some interesting way to the Greek sculpture we saw.
Investigate works of art through a variety of entry points to deepen engagement and foster close looking. You might ask students to recreate a pose, capture key details in a sketch, or cite visual evidence in their responses.
So maybe think about how his pose is similar or different to the poses that we looked at with the Buddhas. So I like this idea, he seems very powerful, but pick one detail that makes you think that. Is it his face? Is it his chest?
Chest.
See if you can draw or describe what you're noticing about the chest that makes it seem like that.
We all learn through our sense of touch, but we can't touch the works of art. Consider bringing your own simple touch objects, like a piece of marble.
And hold it for a moment, feel the texture, feel the weight, and then quietly pass it to someone next to you. And it will give you a chance to imagine how it would feel to touch this sculpture.
In summary, set clear expectations, select works of art strategically, use a theme to establish a clear focus, and incorporate a range of activities. We look forward to seeing you at the museum soon.